This bacon.
See that look on your face? Has anyone ever in their life said that about kale? Not once. Not once, bro. Okay. Hey, we're on. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap, and you are. I tried to make that smooth. It wasn't. We are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And you are now, right now, tuned in. I did that before. Tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast. We talk about things that are funny, interesting, and just straight up ridiculous. So before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 2 people that like a good steak. Yeah, we're talking about it again. We're talking about that meat factor, bruh. And guess what? This is just kind of related. I didn't really start eating steak less than well done until I started hanging out with white people. It was just what it is. I think it's an interesting phenomenon. Yeah, black people, I think in general, like meat just well done, like to the point of burnt. But I couldn't convince anyone else to do it. Once I tried, I was like, yeah, you got to try it because you do taste more everything. And black people don't like that. But white people, yeah, you got one right. All right, cool. So we are talking about meat again because it was a popular topic and it's really something that's on my mind all the time. I mean, have you had chicken? That's all I got to say. Like, write in the comments if you had chicken. What's your favorite kind of chicken? But I did some more looking into it because I really wanted to be factual to a degree in this. And it was basically the debate of like the carnivore diet versus veganism, if you will. Now, something interesting just happened. An influencer named Zana Dart, I believe is her name. She recently passed away. She was a vegan influencer, and everyone and the reports say that she died from starvation. And so I think that's a rare case. That's a very extreme case. From what I understand, she was very extreme when it came to her diet. But a lot of people are pointing to, if she wasn't a vegan, she wouldn't have died. It's like, well, I think that can be true in a way, but it's not necessarily veganism. But I can't think of too many people eating meat that have starved to death, to my knowledge. So you've got to, I guess, think about it from both sides. So I'll give the perspective of the people that are in favor of eating meat and people that are in favor of not doing so, and just kind of see what we think about this. But the main thing I came across now is a channel called Neurogal MD. She's a doctor. I don't know her real name, but she talks about studies that have been done talking about what the benefits of eating meat are, right? Now just let's talk about, before we get into any of the numbers or the facts, it's just after you eat a good burger or chicken or something like that, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I feel like satisfied. Like literally this morning, I was like, I'm gonna be healthy, and I ate a cup of fruit and like a little bit of, it was like a fruit cup and cheese or whatever. And I'm hungry again. So
sure,
it helps. It feels good. Like, but it's, yeah, I don't think I could just do that. Like, I need something else.
Yeah, it's just so many more elements to it, so many things that your body needs that are all from what every doctor in favor of the carnivore diet or more meat-based diet talks about, is that it's possible to get everything you need from plants. It's just that, think about a cow, okay? They spend all day eating because they have to eat vegetable or grass continuously to get enough nutrients. So like as humans, we would kind of have to do that consistently. You have to eat all the time because you burn calories quickly. So meat has a little more staying power. And there are some things that are proven. And proven is like, who did these studies? I'm not sure. Right? So I can't say with 100%.
The Association of Meat Producers?
Might be. Right?
Unbiased study.
Everything has its own bias, right? But basically there's 3 main points that they make that eating meat leads to weight loss, which is somewhat counterintuitive until you think about it. So a lot of weight gain is associated with sugar, glucose, and carbohydrates. If you're limiting yourself to meat, you are not going to be eating the processed carbs or simple sugars. And it's more of a ketogenic diet, basically. I think that's a whole different thing, but it's
Like
related.
keto.
Keto, sorry. See, I can't even say it. That's why I need
But I
my
mean, like, I'm just saying, like, people refer, like, I hear a lot about the keto diet
yeah.
and people like raving about it.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. And
so
it forces your body to use fat instead of sugar, which makes a lot of sense. And I'll tell you, I've eaten a lot of meat in my day, and I don't feel too bad. Even if I eat a lot of it, it's like, well, you get the meat sweats a little heavy, but I don't really
mhm.
feel too bad. I would argue that sugar is typically the enemy when it comes to most ailments that we have, because if you eat enough sugar, you feel like, oh man, it's rough. So,
If
in
we can
fact,
get, sorry, if we can get like Hollywood for just a second.
go
So
for it.
there's just to give a anecdote, because like the carnivore diet is still new for me. I've never heard of that until we started talking about it.
Hmm.
But I've heard a lot of people talk about keto. I even tried keto for a little bit, and I like lost weight immediately. And then there's a guy named Frank, and he's probably gonna, I mean, who knows? He might see this. I don't know. But he works in the film industry. As a comedian. He used to have a TV show called Street Smarts,
Hmm.
like 30 years ago. So that, like, like people still remember him from that TV show. But like, I see him pretty often, or I used to see him up pretty often when like I was working on film sets, and like he lost a ton of weight, like a ton of weight, doing keto. So he like swears by it. I know that's like, um it's pretty much like meat, right? A lot of meat, and
Yeah.
um like, no, I mean, obviously no sugars, no processed anything. I don't even think they do like grains or anything. I forget exactly
See, I'm not
the,
100% familiar
the
with.
specifics of keto is,
Yeah.
but I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I haven't been on it extended periods of time, but I tried it like a little bit, and it definitely is a thing.
Yeah, it seems like it really does eliminate the core problems, the processed, the sugar, all that. I think that's really what, because when I eat it personally too much, that's what makes me feel bad. Um, but this NeuroGrowl MD says leads to weight loss, just like keto. Can cause autoimmune diseases because most of those are causing inflammation, and it reduces inflammation.
Mhm.
And it can reduce cancer. Now, there's arguments for both sides, right? And people said for sure keto can reduce the chance of cancer. This is so new; they haven't done too many studies about it. But your cancer cells feed off of glucose and insulin, and without that being in your body because you're just eating meat, it's not. They have nothing to feed off of. So those are three big arguments for uh, a carnivore diet. And I mentioned before, there's no one size fits all, but I think that just from my personal experience, if I eat within reason, I feel a lot better, a lot more energetic. There's also a lot of people that are ex-vegans that are well known, and it's just once they've tried it, they come back. They come back to the other side, if you will, and they
Mhm.
report what happened to them. There's YouTubers like Coral Adams Oceans, Heather Pace, Amber Alexander, Tim Sheaf. Uh, and they have all talked about the issues that they had once they're vegans for maybe 10, 15 years. So it's like extended periods of time of their life where they're vegans, and they came back like, I don't know, that wasn't the way. Miley Cyrus did it for a while. She said that she stopped after she felt like, and I quote, her brain wasn't functioning properly. She wasn't getting the right something because she just is in this fog all the time. And she said once she came back to the meat, that it started to get better. Some people will argue it's just a placebo effect. That's what I've heard as a counter, like, oh, it's just you think it will. So well, okay, I guess. But
Mhm.
I guess that counts,
Oh,
doesn't it?
so somebody else said that in the comments of the carnivore, our first carnivore diet video. It's like they said that they stopped eating meat, and then they noticed a difference in their, like, same thing, like brain fog, their mental whatever. Something changed there, and then when they
Mhm.
went back to meat, it was totally fine.
Right. And so without the proper, I guess is to say, if you want to go vegan, one for ethical reasons, I completely understand. I,
Yeah.
yeah, it's if you watch any of those documentaries about how animals are treated in those processing plants, it's rough. It really is. Which is why, interesting enough, a lot of people that go back to eating meat after not being after being vegan for a while usually start with fish because fish
Mhm.
aren't, cute, cuddly. They're just this weird thing that lives under the water. You don't have to really see it. They don't blink. It honestly, and they don't. And they go to eggs a lot, and then that's kind of the way they get back into it. And then one day they're like steak, and they go, "Oh my god!" And then one guy, should I say? Yeah, I should say this. So one guy, I can't believe it. He honestly said, I wish I remember his name. Said he went back to eating meat after being a vegan for 6 months. He said that that night he had a wet dream because he hadn't ejaculated in 6 months, and
Wow.
eating meat that one time did it for him. I swear to you, that's what he said. I was like, wow. I guess I've had meat that's good on that level. But anyways, the veganism problem, I guess, compounds because typically what happens is people get a lot of problems. They get vitamin B12 deficiency, iron deficiency, calcium deficiency, vitamin D deficiency, omega-3 fatty acid imbalance, protein deficiency, iodine deficiency, zinc.
Yeah.
Although I could name it, there's more, but it's just like
You name it.
you got to be able to. You have to.
Yeah, it seems like there's a way to do it.
Right.
You
Right.
can't just like, oh, I'm just going to eat salad every day, and
Yeah.
then like you're missing a lot of stuff that's in other foods. That makes
Right.
total sense to me,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. But to me, at
Um,
the end of the day, the most important thing is happiness. Okay. Look, if you tell me I'm gonna live 100, but I can't eat meat, I'm not gonna be 100 and happy. Like what's the point? Like if I got a piece out of 65, but I had tacos that day, I think it's a better way to go. That's just me personally. Like the mental part of it is like how much of your life are you actually enjoying? And I think the high enjoyment factor is with the meat side. Don't be extreme, but come on now. That's just it. Think about chicken gives me the shoulders. You know what I mean? No, 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 no.
oh,
Exactly. So that's all I got to say about it. And I think that a lot of people are in agreement with the meat side, but the vegans are keep it coming, man. According to
yeah.
Scott Pilgrim Against the World, vegans have superpowers. So hey,
I would like to hear from some vegans. Like I literally posted. I mean, there's a lot of comments from people who were all in on the carnivore diet on that first video, and I posted it to our Twitter account. Like posted to our Facebook. Like, where are the vegans? Like, defend yourself, because everybody is like, yeah, vegans whack. Eat some meat, yo.
vegans stand up, stand up.
Where y'all at, man?
Because I think I told you I had a very, very good vegan meal in Seattle a couple months ago. Like one of those, like you can't tell it's meat, which then makes me go, so why don't you just eat meat? Like, why are you trying to make meat like things if you don't want meat? But it was very good. It was very good. I don't know if I'd want to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but it was pretty good. But at the end of the day, bro, bacon,
Oh,
chicken.
bacon, bro. Like bacon, whatever. I don't even know what it was. It wasn't jerky, was it?
No, it was like a candied.
I'm gonna find out what this place is. And yo, Cleveland, Ohio has this candied bacon jerky something in it, and this it's like this mart. It's like open air kind of market that they have with like fresh fruits and vegetables and different stuff like nuts and pies and oh my god, this bacon.
See that look on your face? Has anyone ever in their life said that about kale? Not once. Not once, bro. Okay?
Yo,
That's what makes life worth living. That right there, what you said.
I don't know what they did to this bacon, but
Oh, I had some.
if I could be Hollywood one more time, we're way over time. But
Yeah.
Hollywood, where with just a little, just to add a little entertainment industry to this thing. Because again, like we work in music and film and all that kind of stuff. This is a little fact that you can take to your next holiday party or something.
Go for it.
So I worked on Grey's Anatomy several times, and that show. Well, first of all, the food in the film industry is just like amazing. It's just amazing
Trouble,
food.
right? Yeah.
Half the people just work there just for the food, right? So, but they had um this breakfast every time you went to Grey's Anatomy, and they had this bacon at this breakfast that was just like you would talk to people at a different jobs and they'd be like, "Have you ever worked on Grey's Anatomy? Yeah. Have you had the bacon? Yeah." And they called it crack bacon. Like it was so good. And
Yeah.
like we would get there and like they'd be telling the scene, be like, "Yeah, okay, yeah. Do they have the crack bacon?"
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm here for the crack bacon, please. I don't know
Yeah.
what that was, but
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
right up, right. I don't even know if it's under chicken and bacon.
They can be together.
Whew.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is, when has anyone ever said what you just said about a rutabaga? Not never, not once, not never, never, ever, ever.
Yeah,
So
I know it's not the best thing, but every
yeah,
once in a
that's what I
while.
mean. We know, but anyways, we've accepted
Ah,
our fate. So it is what it is. Everything in moderation, chosen, but get you a steak today. So
mm,
that's been it for the Life Circus podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment what your favorite cut of meat is. Oh no, we want some comments from vegans. So
yeah.
vegans, I know you're listening. Let us know. Fight back a
Or
little bit.
or carnivores, you can keep educating us because there's a lot of people just like letting us know what's up with the carnivore diet.
Someone would argue that the vegans don't have the energy to argue.
Oh,
I didn't say that. I said someone would argue that.
mm.
Or maybe it was me. Anyway, yeah. Share this thing with a lot of people so that we can spread the gospel of the music of Bandit Future.
Yeah,
And the chicken that is so great.
And bacon.
Chicken bacon.
Yes,
Shaking. Shaking.
Mm.
That's what it is.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs. They took our jobs.